Okay, game seekers, here we are for another episode of Client Cast. And Client Cast is something that I'm so happy to be able to do and share with you guys because, people, the whole reason a Client Cast is simple. People see the transformation and they're like, man, that's an incredible transformation. And they automatically just think, it's my coaching. But there's a greater story to tell. And that story is that there's somebody on the other side of that coaching, who's genuinely turning their life around, or who's going through their own challenges and hurdles. And they putting in the hard work that are getting these results. And I like to celebrate that. I like people to get insight into, okay, yes, you see a great before and after, but what's really behind that? What did that journey take? So that's what it's all about. Our guest today, and I'm so excited to be doing this podcast with Vicky. You've seen her journey. She's got 5 children, a super mum, right? Inspired many women to start their own journey. So now I'm so excited to actually get on this podcast with you, Vicky. So firstly, Vicky, how are you doing? How's your day been?
Yeah, it's busy as normal, but yeah, good day, good day.
Did you do training today? What training were you doing today?
I haven't trained yet. You're taking up cardio time.
Oh my God, you better tell your coach you didn't train, you had a podcast. Oh my goodness.
I did. No,
But
I did a upper body session with some dumbbells in the front room whilst I had time. But yeah, but no, nothing yet. I'm hoping to get something in tonight.
brilliant stuff. What are you looking to get in tonight then?
Just to run tonight.
Yeah? What sort of length are you gonna go for?
I've had this cold, haven't I? So I've been like building back up again into my. I was doing so well with my 5Ks. I was really proud
Yeah.
of the time, and I was really pushing that. And then I got hit with this virus. I don't know what it was, but it was awful. And it's taken me weeks just to get my breathing back properly to be able to run. So I'm just sort of going back within 5Ks again and just trying to get my time back to where it was, and then I'll start pushing a little bit further then. But so yeah, it'll probably be a 5K.
5K is not easy, man. It's not easy as a challenge. I hate every second of it, to be
With
honest
it,
with you.
yeah, to start with, 5K feels like a marathon, but then once you keep doing it, it's like it's what they're saying that you don't get it doesn't get easier, you get stronger, I suppose. So yeah,
Yeah,
the more you do it,
you get
the easier it becomes. But
yeah, you get fitter, you get better. So I wanna can't wait to get delving into this journey. So I'm gonna put up a picture now, right, which is just a before and after, so people can see, and then we'll start to dissect it bit by bit. So if I get this up, um, share screen. Okay. Can you see that?
yeah,
I mean, that is just actually incredible. When you look at that, I mean, how does that make you feel?
it's strange because when you're on the journey, you see yourself
Yeah.
every single and you don't ever see these little tiny changes that each week these tiny little changes after a certain amount of time become massive changes. So when I look back at it like I feel like it doesn't feel like it was me. It makes me proud to think that I've got that far, but again it's
Yeah.
something you don't see it yourself every single day, and it's only when you look back like that that you think bloody hell I've done all right. And I
Fucking Vicky, it's crazy, really, isn't it? You're absolutely right. You know what it is that the amount of clients, and I've been here before, because remember, I've worked with coaches, I've had my own journey, and it's so true. Like, that's why I say to people, take pictures consistently, right? Get videos consistently, because when you're in the journey and you're making the changes and you're losing your 1 or 2 pounds a week and you're training, you don't really see the difference in the mirror yourself. When you look back at the pictures, like, shit, I've actually come really a far way. So it's madness when you look back. You don't see it at the time, but you appreciate it when you look at the pictures, don't you?
yeah, crazy really it is.
And it's a lot of work gone into it. And that's what we're going to discuss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up your initial pictures that you sent to me when you first joined back up with me. And I want to go through kind of where your mind was at then. So to give viewers a little bit of an insight, when Vicky joined back up with me, it was postpartum with child number 5, right? And one thing that I didn't realize until I started working with a lot of women postpartum is actually how much of an effect it has on a person. Like, it's obviously a human body goes through a lot just with bearing a child, right? There's a huge amount in that process, but then coming out the other side, a lot of women are left in disconnect, right? Their bodies change, they feel different, they look different. And I don't think a lot of people realize, especially a lot of guys don't realize actually how deep it goes. Is what I want to kind of like talk about. So you tell me, I'll get these pictures up while we're chatting, but you tell me, like, let me see, can you see that?
I can still see the before and after.
Okay. I will do another share screen. Let's get this up. So you see that?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, so that's when you first kind of like saying, hey, look, want to get on a plan, really serious, want to get to work, I want to do this. Tell me, like, where was your mind at then? Like, how were you feeling? You know, what was your sort of goal in mind? And, you know, give people an insight into that.
So at that stage where I am
Hmm.
then, so bearing in mind, throughout my whole pregnancy, I craved protein. I craved tuna. I craved egg. I craved chicken. I wasn't
Wow.
eating a diet. I mean, I also craved chili heatwave Doritos.
Who doesn't?
I didn't eat bad throughout my pregnancy. And I was working as a personal trainer up until I was 37 weeks pregnant, and I was training alongside all my clients.
Yeah.
So I was still working out, I was still eating well. I didn't go down the route of binging on ice cream just for the sake of it because I thought, oh, I just can. I didn't go down that route. But even having a sensible diet and training regularly, you can
Yeah.
still that my body changed, and that was inevitable. It was going to happen. Like I was creating another human being for the fifth time round. My body was going to change. I think
Yeah.
what hit me the most, it was after I'd had Mia, that obviously you have to go through a recovery stage, and your body's been through a massive ordeal. You do need to recover. So I wasn't moving as much. And then
Yeah.
obviously establishing a good breastfeeding routine as well. And until you've exclusively breastfed a baby, you will never appreciate just how thirsty and how hungry that makes you because you're
Oh,
having to get nutrition for a second person. So I
yeah.
think a lot of the weight gain sort of started to come around. It was during that stage between having Mia, establishing a good feeding routine,
Yeah.
and trying to fit her into the routine that I already had with the four other children as well. So I
My,
feel like
yeah.
I ended up in like this, they call it this newborn bubble as such, but I ended up almost stuck in this bubble where it was just a real vicious circle, and I would beat myself up about it because I was thinking, this is not me. I've just done my whole pregnancy, been so healthy, been so active, and now I'm like, I'm not moving as much. I feel like I'm constantly sat down feeding a baby, which is then making me hungry. So I'm then eating more. And then it was a case of, right, now I need to get up and really move. But at this point, now I need to sit back down again because now the baby needs feeding again. And I just got myself physically into this rut, and then it started to, I think, affect me mentally, like hang on, this is not me, I need to get out of this, and I'm not going to
Yeah.
let this excuse. I've never let it be an excuse with the other four. I'm not going to let it become an excuse now. And I think that's what the problem with society is at the moment. It's a lot of women are led to believe that when you've had a child, you no longer need to think like of yourself as well. Like obviously your children always come first, but you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to be a little bit selfish, and you need to also put yourself in that pecking order as well. And I think that's when it kind of just hit me like, no, that's it, right? Get your phone out, message After, I'm coming back. And yeah, I think that's just where it hit me, I think. So and that's where I was at that stage then.
It's incredible. I mean, to be honest with you, like just even listening to that, you can see like how you get caught up in the cycle, especially when you're trying to balance five kids and one of them's like a newborn baby, right?
Mm.
It's a lot. And like you say, you can't break the cycle because you're just kind of like trapped in there. And
Yeah.
yeah, so many people, you know, one thing that you picked up on that I think is really, really important for people to understand is that, yeah, a lot of people get caught up in, post-pregnancy. They kind of, they're focusing on the child, which you understand absolutely 100%. But at the same time, one thing I tell people is exactly what you said. And that is this, is that, look, the better you are to yourself in life, better version of you that you can become in every way, like health, fitness, mindset, the lot, the better you are to everyone around you. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I don't even call it as selfish in a way. I just say that, it's just managing time, managing yourself, making sure that you're nurturing yourself as well as those around you. Otherwise, you've got nothing to give. So you're spot on there. And what we'll do is just look at a couple of other pictures that you sent me at the same time so people can get an idea of where you were at. You can see here, right? You can see by the emojis that you weren't too happy. But then we began our journey, right? And what I want to touch on there, on your actual journey, is this. So you start off, right? You're coming from the position where you're in a vicious cycle. You're in this breastfeeding cycle as well, right? You're trying to manage 5 children. You know that this is mentally bringing you down because you're like, fuck's sake, this is not like who I am as a person, right? The longer I sit and I'm going to, get further out of shape and, not be in any sort of routine, I'm gonna feel worse in myself. I tell people that's how depression begins, right? Because you're not taking action. So you reach out to me, we get on a plan. Obviously, I'm super excited. I've said, for people watching this, I've worked with Vicky a few times in the past, right? But we've never had the ability to see what we could do over a long period of time. I've always said to her, she's got exceptional potential, amazing work ethic, great genetics, right? So now we're getting to see that. I'm so happy. But starting that journey, I mean, how did that all begin? Give people an insight because people think you just get onto this and it's just going to be plain sailing. Like explain how it was to transition from where you were to getting into a routine, starting to make great progress, starting to feel a lot better, starting to feel fitter, stronger, and seeing your shape change. Like that interlude, which is about, I would say, 2 to 3 months at least. How did that go down for you? How do you manage the kids? How do you do these things?
So when I first went back onto plan with you, I think I put too much on myself, thinking that I need to be making progress tomorrow. That's it. It needs to.
Yeah.
And I think I think after a couple of weeks, I was still trying to get into this whole feeding routine, and I kind of, sorry, my dog's going crazy. So yeah, I think to start off with, I think I put too much on myself, and I had to kind of slow myself down and just give yourself a bit of time, just ease yourself into it. Obviously, I just had a baby. I wasn't going to go rushing in and start running 5K and everything.
Yeah.
So I started with the basics. I just started working myself up. Right, I'm going to set myself a goal each day. So today, I'm going to get out with the buggy and I'm going to manage 10,000 steps.
Yeah.
And I did it. That's it. I would just tick that box. Did it. That's fine. Next day, right, okay. Because set ourselves another goal. We do that. Tick the box. We make sure that every day that I'm hitting my food like I should. But with regards to the training, it was slow. It was gradual. And I just built myself up. But I think that was the best way that I did it, to be honest, because I could notice my own fitness and my own strength increasing because I was starting off almost from very basics.
Yeah.
When I was going into the gym, I was being very mindful of my form because obviously I was still in postpartum recovery. So I was being very mindful of my form. I was really getting that whole mind to muscle connection. I just literally went back to basics. And I think that had a massive, massive effect on how later on, when my body did start to respond, and how I just, rather than just losing body fat, how I actually have developed a better shape than what I've ever had. And I do put that down to the fact that I was being a lot more mindful of the training and postpartum recovery together. I think that played a massive, massive part in it, definitely. So yeah.
Go ahead.
It was just, like I said, it was just a great thing. Kind of built myself back up. To then the fact that I'm now, like, up until I got this cold, I was running like 5K nearly every day and training every day. And yeah, from literally just trying to tick off getting 10,000 steps in today, getting 12,000 steps in tomorrow, or getting a lightweight leg workout, or just gradually building up.
No, it's brilliant. I mean, listening to that, I think it's going to open a lot of people's eyes because a lot of people will look at a transformation like yours, see the level that you're at now, and think to myself, my God, like, I don't know if I can do that. But that's not how you start. It's not how a person starts. And I think, one of the key things that has to be noted here is Vicky's absolutely right. She didn't put pressure on herself. Right? That doesn't mean that she was, not making an effort. But what it means is that she didn't come into the journey thinking, okay, I've got to lose this much weight. I've got to do this. I've got to do this. I've got to do this. It's kind of like, let me just work a bit harder every day. Let me get back into that routine. Let me take time building that lifestyle back up. Let me get connected with what I'm doing, right? And this is laying you know what? You're so spot on. This is why later on in your journey you've had such a good response because you laid the foundation there. And that's what I say to people. I say, look, don't rush this, right? You're trying to build a body, right? Don't think Weight Watchers, weight loss programs. Don't think I'm going to change dress sizes in 3 weeks. Think, I want to be healthy. I want to be fit. I want to be in great shape. That's who I want to be as a person. So I want to do that as a lifestyle. So the first thing I need to do is build that lifestyle up, right? No matter what challenges and hurdles you've got, which we're going to go into review, because obviously you are running a day that a lot of people, I mean, me myself, I'm looking forward to hearing how your day runs. Obviously, you know, having 5 children, running your own business, you know, being a partner, doing all these things, right? It must be full on. So I can't wait to hear about that. But you work through this, you get a lifestyle in place. It's not always going to be perfect. You just tick off one goal after another, a little bit harder each time. You know, each time you do it, you empower yourself because you're like, shit, I am capable. I can do this, right? It's not that difficult. Before you know it, you're doing 10,000 steps to begin, and then you're running fucking 5Ks every day, right? That's how it works. You know, it's slow, short steps. Every step that you're putting forward, make sure it's a good one. So you're spot on there. You're spot on. And what I'm going to share now to give people insight is that what I feel is one of your best check-ins this week. And then you will see the shape that you're in now. And then I want to kind of like talk about like a day routine for you, what it's like. So here's Vicky now. And you can see just a completely different shape. Like it is just like day and night difference. I think you look absolutely fucking amazing, right? And I'm so excited about what the future's going to hold. But Vicky, talk us through a normal day. Like, I don't really mean get deep with it. Like, when do you eat your meals? Well, how does your day start? When do you go to sleep? What's involved? What is a day for you? Because I'm interested. You are a super mum. We need to know the secret information.
Do you know what? No day is ever the same. It can't be when you've got so many kids and they're all different personalities as well. So there's no single day that is exactly the same. But I'm normally, alarm goes off 6 o'clock in the morning, but Mia is a really shit sleeper. Like she's never slept through the night. I'm up about 3, 4, 5 times a night with her anyway. Yeah, so roughly I'm getting up about 6 o'clock. Getting showered, getting the kids up. I mean, other than the baby, they're all capable of getting themselves dressed. So they get themselves up, get downstairs. They'll have breakfast whilst I'm doing lunch boxes, get them off to school, and then come home. I will then have my meal one. Then I will get on with work whilst I've got little one running around. She's doing her little thing. And then my partner works nights, so he usually wakes up sort of midday as such. At which point then he will take over having Mia for a little bit, so then I can finish off getting work done. And then I was training in the evenings, but since Mia's now sleeping really bad again, I'm having to get them fitted in the day. But there might be times where I've got like 20 minutes, half an hour before he needs to go somewhere, or I need to go somewhere. So it's sort of fitting in little runs here and there. Like I've got half an hour. How far can I run in half an hour? Or I've got 20 minutes. How far can I get in 20 minutes? Or if I've got no time without the little one at all, it'll be a case of I've got dumbbells in every single room in my house.
Like, oh my God, I love it.
They're just everywhere. Like I think even in that photo, they're probably in that photo somewhere because I've got some in the front room. So even if it's just like I can get in a 20-minute, half hour upper body hip circuit in the front room or something, I'll just do it. I'll just get it done there and then I know that's done. And then obviously school pickup. And then that's when just the chaos I say chaos, they're actually quite good kids, but that's when like it gets a bit busier. It's just there's no real strict routine. It's just a case of grabbing whatever time I've got and just getting it done. Like there's just no excuse. Like if I want to get it done, I just need to get it done. I just don't even think about it. It's just a case of right, I've got 20 minutes. It's non-negotiable. I need to get it in. So I'm either getting it in now, or I'm going to have a harder evening trying to fit it in with more things to do. So yeah, it's not really a set routine as such. It's just getting things done when I can, however I can. But that's what makes
I love that. I do. I love it a lot. Because you know what it shows people is that a lot of people think that, hey, you know what? for me to get from A to Z, and I tell people this is not how life works. I can tell you right now, building my own body, right? Building my own career, building my own businesses. One thing I can say for sure that I've learned on that journey is that there's no such thing as an ideal way to get there. Like it's very much about exactly what you said, that you don't even know what the next day is going to bring when it comes to your life, right? Because obviously you're navigating 5 children, right? They all got their own personalities, they're all growing up. That's a lot of energy under one roof, right? So everyone's doing their own thing, sort of thing. So you're never going to be able to say, okay, I'm going to train at this time, and I'm going to do cardio at this time. I'm going to eat at this time. It's kind of like what you do know is that I've got to get my cardio done. I've got to get my training done. I've got to get my meals in. And no matter how what the day throws at me, I'm going to find whatever pocket of time I can, right, to get it done. And the sad thing is that a lot of people put themselves in an anxious position. A lot of people don't get anything done because they're waiting for it to all like just fall onto their lap. You know, like it's just the day's just gonna unfold perfectly for them. If you operate like that, you'll never go far in life. If you operate like you do, it's why you're getting the results that you are. If you operate like you do, where it's kind of like exactly as you said, you don't think, okay, you know what, I've got to train at 4:30 and this is going to happen. It's a case of I've got fucking 20 minutes. I can do something, right?
Yeah.
This is what actually makes life change real time. And I mean, you're on it. I want people to realize that this isn't, don't see a transformation like this and be thinking of my coaching, right? Look at a transformation like this and understand how the person's working. Like Vicky, most days is on hardly any carbohydrates. I don't know how the fuck you manage 5 kids on no carbohydrates, but you do, right? You're running literally every day, literally, right? And you're putting like you're not just doing miles, you're putting effort into it. You're training every day, right? Whether that's in different rooms of the house, right? It's does like look at the figure you've developed, and you haven't even been into a gym. People would think that's impossible, but if you think that way, then it surely will be impossible. Like you, this is why I love working with you because, you know, I want you to realize you're one of the hardest workers that I've ever worked with. And it's just from a coaching perspective, imagine that whatever I tell Vicky to do, she's never given me an excuse. She's never given me like, I can't do this, I can't manage that, I can't do this. She gets it done, and that's why she gets the results she does. And I mean, is that something you've always been like, or is that a work ethic you've built up? Where does that come from?
I'm stubborn.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm stubborn. This that's it. That's just it. I'm stubborn, and if I want something, I'll go for it. I'll get it. Like,
yeah, you tell yourself that story, isn't it? It's like, do you say to yourself, kind of like, I've set this goal, and more than the goal, you don't want to fucking let yourself down.
Do you know what? As well, I don't set myself a specific goal because my post just keeps moving. Like originally, it was a case of I just want to get back into my pre-pregnancy clothes. That's it. And I just want a bit more accountability. I just want to be able to check in every week and know that I'm ticking them boxes, give myself a little bit of structure and give something back that I've got a bit of control in my life, because obviously you lose a lot of control over things when you have a baby as well. Like you can't control a baby. A baby controls you. So like having that control back in my own routine, I think that's a big thing to have. And yeah, you're just stubborn, and if I don't set myself a specific goal, because every time I reach that goal I just push it further and further and further. So I've got to the point now I'm thinking there is no goal, let's just keep going, let's just see what we do, let's just keep on moving.
Nice, beautiful. I tell people this so many times when people join up with me, even I say to them, like, because I got 3 plans, right? 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So a lot of people, I get it, they're nervous, they don't know what to expect, they sign up for 3 months. And I say to them, look, man, you're going to be wanting to do it more than that. Because a lot of people think, oh, okay, if I get to this dress size, or I get to this shape, or I get to this weight, right, that will be me done. But what people don't realize is that once you're in that process and you've got to this goal, it's very rare a person that says, you know what, now it's time to fucking stop this. Now I'll just sit back, I'll relax, I'll eat whatever. Most of the time it awakens something in you that you didn't even know you had. And it's kind of like, where you said about that you get that control. I think also it's just incredibly empowering. Like you feel so good within yourself when you actually have actively something to work on, and you're seeing and feeling that progress ahead, and then organically you're getting new goals. You're getting, you're seeing that I can go further than I thought.
Yeah, for your mental health, it's incredible. Like food and exercise is the most unused medication for mental health. It really, really is.
It really, you're right.
Like I know if I've got a good run in and a good training session in during the day, I know that come the evening, I'm a more relaxed, more chilled out, more patient mother to the kids than a day that I haven't had a run and I'm feeling a bit like, oh God, right, still got this to do, still got this to do, still got this to do. Like if I've had a run, I'm all like, hey, let's play on the Xbox. Like the kids always know. And they're like, oh, mum's in the mood, she needs to go to the gym. Like it really does. It really does. For your mental health, it's amazing. It is.
No, it's life-changing. It really is. That's why I say to people, like, these processes, these journeys, they don't just build a body, they build you as a human being. Like I know for myself, and I'm super busy myself. I'm non-stop every day, literally, right? But I know for myself that if I don't work out, or I don't get my cardio in, or my diet's not on point, I don't get upset because I'm like, oh, I want to look like this, or I want to be like that. I get upset because what it is that you feel the difference. You feel the difference. You release so many hormones and you feel the changes. Like people don't realize when you're going from 10K to 10,000 steps to 5K runs, you fucking feel the difference in you in everything, in your breathing, right? In your recovery, just how you feel in yourself. When you're lifting weights and you're getting stronger and you're seeing your body changing, you're putting clothes on and they're fitting differently, you feel more confidence in yourself. And that's how life is, right? Think about it this way. You're never going to feel accomplished. Never. And you're never going to feel fulfilled if you're not doing anything for your fucking self. If you're spending no time on yourself, like trying to build yourself in any sort of way, then you're never going to feel confident in what you are. You're never going to feel happy in what you are because you're depressing ultimately. That's what you're doing. You're depressing what you can do in life. And if you depress what you can do, what you can be, your soul's going to feel it, right? Your soul is, I truly believe that. So I couldn't agree with you more on that. I mean, talking about this, obviously me and you, we're going to be together a long time. And that's, I just can't wait to see where it takes us. But for people looking in now to get an insight, I mean, when you look at this year ahead, what are some things that where's your vision? Where's your goals? What are you, I don't want to even insult you by saying hoping to achieve. What are you looking to achieve this year?
Do you know what? I don't put any expectations on it because so far I've exceeded all those expectations. So I don't have anything in particular. I mean, obviously I'm doing a lot of the boxing again. I've got back into my boxing again. So there was the talk of potentially fighting this year, which I'm just waiting on I've got to have a scan on one of my wrists. So I'm just sort of waiting on that to get the sort of the thumbs up to it. So that would be something that towards. I mean, physique wise, I'm seeing what's happening. I'm just going to stick to my meal plan. I'm going to stick to my training and I'll just watch how my body changes with that. But I think my goal is more a case of I just want to up my fitness more. I want to be where I'm running 5K now, like it's nothing. I want to be able to run 10K like that. I want it to be like chasing numbers with the 10K. And I don't want to put any expectations on myself because I just want to enjoy the journey, and I get excited as well seeing where I go. Like I'll look back at pictures from like 6 weeks ago and think, do you know what, I didn't think I changed, but then my glutes look so much fuller there than they did then, or my delts have popped massively since then. So I like to keep that little element of surprise as well. So I'm kind of just I don't want to set any massive goals, not this year anyway, because obviously I've still got Mia's still so young, and any big goals that I want to set, there need to be ones that I can put in 10,000% to, and not be a case of I can't do anything this day because of so and so. But I just definitely want to carry on with this boxing and see what goes with that, and then just keep going as I'm going really, and just see what happens.
I love it. The thing about it is first of all, on the boxing, when you get into that, you'll have to share some footage with us. You should go after the YouTubers. You can make good money, right?
Yeah.
That's what you do. Go knock a few of these YouTubers out, right? But with like what you're saying there, I love it because I sitting here and I'm smiling because I'm in that position myself now. So I'm very goal heavy on a lot of things that I do in life. I'll be honest with you, I am, right? Just the way that I'm hardwired. But right now, when it comes to my training and my running, I'm exactly like you. Like I'm genuinely like I haven't set any hard goals. Does that make sense? I'm looking forward to the whole year ahead. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing how good a runner I can become against myself, right? I'm looking forward to seeing how my body changes with the training and stuff I'm doing. And I enjoy, massively enjoy, just like yourself, putting everything I've got into every day. Like I get great fulfillment. Today's run. You know when you do those runs where you come back and you literally think you're going to throw up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was one of them ones, but man, afterwards I was like, you know what? I'm so happy. And tomorrow I'm telling myself that was the easy run. Tomorrow I want to do even better, right?
Yeah.
So I completely get where you're at. And I love that you shared that because I think it's really important for people to see that you can actually really put a dark cloud over things. If all you're focused on is a number, if all you're focused on is a certain result, if all you're focused on is just, you know, that I've got to look like this or be like this. And I think if you actually just enjoy the process, you actually get better results and you go further, right?
Yeah.
You enjoy that as part of your lifestyle. So it's really good to hear. And I'm so excited because, like I say, when I look at the pictures that I've got up of you now, I think you look absolutely incredible. I think it's. I've told you many times that you could take this in any direction you wanted, and like the difference. What's amazing is that the difference between both set of pictures is only 20 pounds, right?
Yeah.
But it's the muscle shape that you built as well. This is the biggest thing, and it's scary to me to think that this is you at home. Can you imagine if you're doing 4 days in the gym?
Mm. Yeah.
Be just unreal. And that's exciting because we've got so much things to explore together. Do you know what I mean? Right? There's so much more things that we can do that are going to be different ahead to take you to the next level. And just so happy with the progress that we've made so far, the journey that we've been on together here, right? Working with you, you know, as a client is an absolute pleasure. So we'll wrap it up. And before we go, I want to know this. In your experience, for what you've achieved so far, which is nothing short of incredible, you know, great inspiration and role model as well. Like I always tell people, right, that kids don't learn what you tell them; they learn what they see. You know,
Mm-hmm.
having a heart that's so focused, so driven, so routine oriented, right? That's a, that's a blessing for them. Believe me, you know, we've all been kids once, and seeing that when you grow up, it kind of structures your mind on how to attack life. Right? I saw my dad work very hard. I saw my grandfathers work very hard. So that was all I knew, right? I didn't like I'm not like a snowflake. Do you know what I mean? Like in today's society, right? That's what it is. But what would your advice be, Vicky? What would be your tips, man? Like to people who are looking in a journey and they're thinking, I want to do this, I want to make a change in my life, I want to get into shape. What's your just honest tips to help someone?
Just fucking do it. Just do it. Don't think, oh, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I've got time. Just do it. Just go for it. Just don't think about it. Just do it. There's nothing stopping you. If you've got 5 minutes to sit and scroll through Instagram, or you've got 10 minutes to sit and go and have a coffee, that's 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes you could have been on a treadmill. Like,
Lovely.
start, just don't think, just do it. Just do it. And don't think that you shouldn't have to, because as being a mother, your sole purpose is just to be picking up dirty socks and doing this. No, it's not. You're important as well. You're just as important. And if you're at your best, your kids will be at your best. So it's a no-brainer. Just do it.
No, I
You'll
love
thank
it. I love it. I do. So any parting words before we go? I've got to say to you, I've loved doing this.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I can't wait to see everyone else's as well. Like, obviously, with the app, like, you follow so many other people's journeys, and it's just, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see, like, you speak to other people and like hear from them. And it's one thing when you see people's posts on the app, but actually to get a real insight into who they are and what works for them and how their lifestyle is. I think it's brilliant. I'm really excited to watch everyone's, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't wait because I've got obviously I work with a lot of people, and I've worked with a lot of people, and I've got so many unique, like, amazing stories to share, like from all different demographics of life. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I thought about for a long time. I thought not only can we share a journey, but we can learn from each other. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we've got your lifestyle here, but then on the contrast, we could have somebody who's a business person and they're flying continuously. Like, how do they survive going from restaurant to restaurant, hotel to hotel? Do you know what I mean? And these are all things, because then we realize that, hang on, like, we've got challenges, yes, but hang on, everyone's got challenges and hurdles, and we could together we can get over them, right? It's not that's how it should be.
Yeah, no, exactly, definitely.
Yeah, so brilliant stuff, Vicky. Really, really enjoyed doing this with you, and can't wait to share it. So until next time, take care.
See you next time. See you later.
Yeah.